Did you miss out on yesterday's powerful Glitch 2.0 trades? I'll walk you through two precise setups that could have delivered serious gains, and I'll show you how easy it is to spot and capitalize on these high probability moves. So whether you're new or a seasoned trader, you won't want to miss this breakdown. Before we start the video, as always, let's congratulate the guys that got funded. So LS said that after 4 years of trading, other concepts and strategies, the Moneymaker and the Moneymaker 2.0 changed his way of trading. So I'm very happy for you, brother, and congratulations on getting funded. Scam, on the other hand, just got her official document from Bullnox, so she just passed her 50k challenge with Bullnox. Congratulations. Okay, before we dive in, I want to remind you that everything I do here is completely free. No hidden charges, no paid services. Our Discord community, which is also free, is growing strong with over 2,000 members, all filled with positive energy and a genuine desire to help each other succeed. If you are not already part of it, make sure to join us and become part of this amazing community. The link is in the pinned comment below. Okay, so yesterday, London session at 4 a.m. New York time. So price closed under this valid pullback low, validating this as a bearish zone. I was waiting for this trade to happen, but they actually closed under this last valid pullback low, confirming this now as a protected high, and this is now our new zone. All right. Okay. So when this happened, right? So we have a zone and it has like an unmitigated glitch just above. Normally, I don't take those zones because they will either wick over this last protected high into this glitch and fall down again, or they will close above this last zone and this is like a new break of structure or a flip, bullish flip. Okay. So I didn't take this zone, right? And we can see that we closed bullish in here. Why this looked like a good flip for me? Because we had here this accumulation, then we manipulated down, and the real move happened after. Okay, so when the real move closed above this last accumulation, which was also a valid zone, for me it was a valid break of structure or flip. And you can also calculate like the time for higher time frames, because sometimes the higher time frame will still be bearish when the zone here is from a lower time frame, and even though we closed above it, this can mean that this is a fake flip, right? But here you can see that we spend a lot of time creating this zone, which means that this zone is also valid on the higher time frame, right? So when we close above this zone, right? Two things or many things that happens in once in all the time frames. So let me show you. So if you go to the 15-second, right? So you can see that we broke structure to the downside, right? This is also accumulation, manipulation, and then a break of structure, right? So you can see that we have this glitch in here, right? So this is the whole zone, okay? But this is the glitch of the zone. So you can take Moneymaker 2.0, Moneymaker 1.0, or the glitch 2.0, right? So what makes you sure that the price can come down to your glitch 2.0 entry is this inverse fair value gap in here. So normally this fair value gap was created to be a fair value for buying, okay? So once price close under it, it becomes a fair value for selling, right? So price mitigates just a little bit of that fair value for selling and breaks structure. They usually will leave a portion of this unmitigated for price to come and mitigate, take the break evens of the guys that were here, or even the stop losses of the guys that will trust this high. All right. And then they will leave the zone. Okay. So this is accumulation, right? This is what I'm talking about, right? So look at how many candles this zone needed to be created, okay? And look at this zone now, right? So this zone, we spent like 16 or 15 bars to create, right? While we only created 9 bars for this zone to be created, okay? So this is what makes the price pattern number 1 of the MSS slash chalk manipulation. So this is the parent time frame, and this is a lower time frame pullback. That will be used to take stop losses from here, induce more buys, and then we will take everything, right? So closing above this on lower time frame, we can see that we have like, again, same story that happened in here. So we have this very small fair value gap that we inversed, right? You can see that price reacted at its 50%, right? Okay. So this is also our glitch 2.0 zone, right? You can put your limits at the 666 or at 50% or everything you need. By the way, this is why I don't like confirmations. So here, although we closed above this high, right? You can see that we closed above this zone. We will still wick under the low, right? Or even close under the low, right? So we close and we give the glitch 2.0 on the seconds. But all of this is just accumulation for this glitch 2.0 as well, right? So let's see and let's wait for price to do something actually. All right. So here is our trade. Let's get filled and TP hit in like 1 minute or something like that. Okay. So this is just to show you the fractality of the thing. Okay. Now let's come back to the 1 minute. All right. Let's delete everything. Okay. So this break of structure happened. Flip. We have a glitch zone that we can see. Accumulation, manipulation, displacement. Right. So we have our glitch 2.0 gun box. Right. We place our limits. This accumulation is beautiful. Why? Because you know that it's built-in stop losses for your trade, right? So market makers need to pair orders for them to create or take positions. So this is beautiful, right? Okay. So now you get filled, right? So you're in the trade and you have also confirmation. Okay. So let me show you. So we have this bearish order block. So the last up candle before those down candles, right? Or let's just name it SNDR that was responsible of taking price this low. So the moment we close above, and we also have a fair value gap as well to confirm sponsorship. The moment we close above, you can take it from this 50%, which was also the 660s of the glitch 2.0. But usually they will just sink in this fair value gap and run. Okay. So this time you're lucky, you got your confirmation. You can also enter after they tag the 666 again for your 2R. Right? Now, I missed this trade to be honest, but I saw that we closed above this zone, right? And we created this fair value gap here. Okay. So I just took a trade in the second time frame from this fair value gap, and that's why I got that break-even trade yesterday in Twitter from fair value gaps, because price was respecting fair value gaps going up, mitigating this glitch 2.0 trade, right? So this is an instant win for the guys that took it yesterday, right? So price was still bullish, and we created now this fair value gap, right? And when I say, guys, fair value gaps, I mean the golden bullet entry. Okay. So if you can see, price touched the 618, right? At the fair value gap and then went up, right? Here is something that happens from time to other, in which a fair value gap in premium will still hold the price. Okay. So it's held the price. Okay. Let me show you something here. So it held the price, but we never mitigated the equilibrium of this whole move, right? So what price will do, and this is also another way to try to know if a zone will hold or not. Like this is the best way for me to know if a zone will hold or not. So the zone for me will need to mitigate at least the 50% of the swing that happened before, right? So now we needed to bring this fib here. So when price made it here, we never mitigated the 50% or the 618, and that's why they swept actually this zone, right? So I went here, I was in the second time frame, right? I was waiting for trades. Price was still bullish, okay? So don't remember which trade I took. I waited for zones to be created, but price was just accelerating to take the 15-minute objective, right? So we have 15-minute glitch zone in here. We had the 666 entry in it as well. And glitch needed to deliver back bullish, at least to this last zone, right? So that's why prices today manipulated down up. They needed at least to mitigate or to give the one-to-one for this glitch, right? And also, this is last area of order flow for higher time frame, so they needed to come at least to here, balance the orders that they left here untagged. So they need to fill those orders, take some stop losses here from this high, for example, induce more buyers in here, and then they will take everything down fast, like here, like what happened. Okay. Now, something else I need to tell you guys about, right? So when you see price coming down this fast, right, and they give you a first flip, okay? These guys, this is just, and this is always like a bait, right? Price is still bearish, right? So if they don't accumulate for a long time and then flip back a bullish and give you like 2 or 3 swings confirmation, never trust those flips, especially when price is melting like that, right? Why? Because it's usually a mitigation of a higher time frame fair value gap, right? So we have here, we had this M5 fair value gap. The price needs to stink into. It's probably M15 move, yeah, exactly. So we have this fair value gap, and price needed to sting into for more bearishness, right? And it looks on M1 just like a flip, right? And that's why they didn't have to take this high, because all they needed is to sting into this M15 for more down movement, right? So price kept dying. Now, this is something that happened yesterday as well. So this is very important, okay? So this pattern here, I don't know if you guys saw it before. So we'll have a zone that will sweep liquidity like that, right? So this liquidity is being swept. We boss under the zone, validating it as a valid zone here. Okay. Then we will sting into the zone with just 2 or 3 candles first tap, right? So this is, although this is a valid pullback, but you don't trade from it. Why? Because this is the higher time frame zone, which is in control of this down move, right? These swings belongs to a lower time frame, right? So we will take everything, mitigate the higher time frame, and then more down. Okay? Although this is valid on this time frame, but look at the size of this zone. Okay? Now we have a zone, right? And we have also very apparent glitch, right? Although those are equal highs, but you have a glitch that took this order block liquidity here. So this is a trade you can take. See? So this zone ended up failing before giving the 1-to-1. But once you see that price is so close to your TP, you go break even. So this is most likely a break even trade. Okay? All right. So price is bullish in this lower time frame, right? And now we mitigate the glitch 2.0 and give an instant win, right? Now, if you didn't trust this zone, okay, and you wanted more confirmation, okay, so what should you do, right? Is that you wait for your break of structure, your last breaker or last valid zone that you like, okay? So for me, this is a breaker here, and it had both this fair value gap in it, okay? So for me, when I see that, it's likely going to be a golden bullet move, right? So I'm interested in taking this confirmation from the OTE or the 50%. So you can see here that even after the confirmation, we still went here and took it, right? And now we close above this zone, we pull back, we wick, and this is now your second accumulation. And most of you guys won't even trust it after this win. Price will only stick to this fair value gaps, doesn't have to go to the 50%. And that's how Sol missed this move waiting for confirmation. Okay, I don't know if he lost this trade as well, but yeah, and then price went and gave the Pro Max trades. Okay, like that. So this is why I don't like confirmation, because with confirmations they can still take you out. You will uh, be there. It will take you lots of effort for them to just take you out and then give the TP. While if you traded stupidly from the 666, you would have your TP hit and you won't care about all of this accumulation that happened just to take these stop losses and then go back down. All right, so this is all for today's video. I want to keep it somehow shorter. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned a thing or two. See you guys in the next video. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any futures update. And if you want to dive deeper into the Moneymaker setup, check out the playlist that will pop up in the end screen. It's packed with everything you need to get started. Remember, everything I do is free, including our thriving Discord community. Join us and let's keep growing together. Ciao, ciao.